Hey, 1 minute, please. Okay, okay, we are starting right now. How's everything? I'm here for another program. I'm here for another week. So now it's almost Saturday morning, Friday night to Saturday morning, and as usually, steady time, steady day. I am having my program, Evangelist Georgia Princess Ministries. So welcome back to my program. Welcome back to my channel. So today's program is, excuse me, today's topic is called How to Reach Your Full Potential with God. So, people, if you can turn with me, if not, just write it down. Psalms 139, 13, 16. Okay, write it down and at your own time you can go through it. Psalms 139, 13, 16. So, are you excited about your life? Or do you feel that you are just merely existing? Hmm. Are you moving with confidence towards a desired goal? Or do you feel as if you are drifting along from day to day without any sense of purpose, or ambition or direction? What is your own? Hmm. Perhaps there was a time when you were excited about your life, but now, the excitement has vanished, has faded away, and now you're asking, what is happening to me? Hmm? Why am I so pathetic about my life? What happened to my inner drive? Hmm. You see, so perhaps, perhaps people have said to me, when I look at my life and the way the world is today, I just don't see anything to be excited about. Yes, no, in fact, there's no point to pick any interest. There's no point to have dreams. But what can we do? Despite how to call it? Besides from that, life is nice. And life is sweet. So, I myself, and I don't think like that. Yeah, actually, there are difficulties, but but I see how others are making. How? I have a friend, I have a friend that he says that now he's not excited, but thinks he was excited when he was young. He says he sometimes he keeps playing games like something like lottery, hoping that one day money will come. Of course, in fact, never came. Money never came, and he stays in his relatives. He's been staying. Either he was going after me to ask for money, you know, and but the other time he says, "No, even if I earn all this money, what can I do with them? Hmm, there's nothing I can enjoy anymore." Hmm, Diles, what are you telling? Hmm, but he keeps saying, as you age, that man was 47, 45, 47, somewhere there, and keeps saying, as we are aging, our interest, this hunger for life, excuse me, this hunger for life is diminishing. So, hey, you know, I hope you understand. Hmm. Anyway, okay, it's well. And I said when I said that I disagree, He became angry. He's the one that's having problem. Hmm? Isn't so? Ooh. Ay. What can we say? No, something about the vacation or job and say, I cannot go any higher. I cannot do any better. Or I go further. I cannot do more than anything more than I'm doing now. Hmm. Hey. Excuse me, but something that I don't understand. Excuse me, some don't you want to understand that I am busy. Please, people, can you give me 1 minute to test to somebody that I'm busy? 1 minute, please. Ooh. Okay. Until it comes, let us keep let us keep preaching because of time. It's coming, but this phone is damn slow. This my phone. So, well, what we were saying. Okay, other people think that about the vacation is say, you know, I cannot say, I cannot do anything, to do any interesting vacation. I myself do the same, and I end up going. Sometimes I've been ending up going the same places. So I say enough is enough. This year I will do something interesting. Life is going. Now we are 46. In 2 years' time we will be 48. Don't you know? Don't you look now that we are looking young? So maybe you people be asking me, as you rather say, why don't you think of getting wedded? That is what is another issue I prefer not to analyze why I'm getting wedded. My private life does not concern anyone. You're not living in Greece. You're not seeing how we people are bringing up. You know, so they don't. We are bringing up. We are growing. We are getting in adulthoods, and we don't stay one day on our own to taste life and fight on our own, you know, these difficulties. That is why, come here in Greece and see. Today, people are getting married, tomorrow, they are getting divorced. So, 1 minute, let me send to somebody this message. I'm making live broadcast. I'm preaching. Hey, watch me. Okay. Panayotis, I see. Wow. Panayotis is a Greek guy. Let's say hi. Γεια σου Παναγιώτη, τι κάνεις? Hey, at least he's not interrupting me with calls. Hey, it is well with us. Let us continue with our this sermon. Others feel, others feel as if the life has gone stale. Perhaps the marriage is not dynamic as it once was. Hey, you see? Hey, you see what I was saying? Hmm. You me. Ooh. You hear what I've been saying? I've been saying that about marriage. People to here in Greece. People today are getting married tomorrow, they are getting tired because the marriage life, the love life, so the sex life is not as passionate as it was before. Oh, you know, God forgive me for what I'm saying, but I'm doing so good that I'm not getting married. What? Today to be full of fire, passionate, and tomorrow, to think, I would give everything. I would give everything to want each other with the same passion like before. What? No, no, no. So I just but you said with whoever I end up, it might be like this. No, I would say I want to have the same passion forever. I would mention. So you have this thing in mind. One of my features in my marriage of my dream is, have vibe it alive, says life for life. Somebody, I hear, excuse me, allow me please to say something. Maybe you might think that I'm a vulgar, but I'm not. Somebody in the past, I don't mention when, I don't mention who, I don't say name, but somebody has told me, I enjoy playing love with my wife. Wife without being legally married. So I say, I wish this one, I wish this one would say the man that will marry me legally after 5, 10 years of marriage to tell me to be saying, I enjoy playing love with my wife. You know. And that same person, the same period of time, said, I'm so happy. I have excuse me, sassy and lovely wife. Same person. I wish this statement to be taught by my legal husband. Yes, after years, even decades of marriage. You know, if you want, you can remain sassy and lovely for life. You know, it's God's will. Maybe you might wonder what happened to that person. I can say one thing, the explanation is one. It's not the will of God's. But this person, anywhere in the world he is, you know, he keeps having me in his heart. Anywhere in the world he's now in the other side, there's one name in his heart still. Georgia. I don't know what we talk. I don't know, how what he's doing. I don't know what is his current states. He's widower, so I don't know what is his current state. Whether he's with someone over there is not my concern. But from the way the way I see him when we talk, the name Georgia has always a place in his heart. Maybe you might ask, what about me? Let's not mention, you know. So, please, it's me. I hear one of my fan. I see one of my fan. Ifunaya Louis, it's me. Thank you very much, my brother. It's a great honor. Yeah, it's a great honor. It's my fan. It's included in my fan club. Thank you very much. God bless you. God always see you through. Anything you want, don't hesitate to test me. So perhaps let's say about the marriages now. Those people, you know, they did not even think how to keep the fire burning. You know, they have lost interest in hobbies and activities that once give them pleasure, not only as a couple, but each of them individually. Some people, I hear some people telling me that they feel inadequate or unprepared for the future. Ooh, still, others say that they feel plagued by their lives, stuck on the circumstances, wondering what it's all about. What's my life worth? What's happened to my joy? And there are not few the ones that all these thoughts, all these states lead them to put an end in the life. Hmm. Wow, I see another message of my fan, Ifunaya Louis. Love sweet goods. Thank you very much. God bless you, my dear. So, what are the reasons to feel stuck, discouraged, or something? What are the reasons people lose their enthusiasm, the excitement to say for life? What are the reasons, life becomes just one long bore? For many people, especially there are people, I'm talking about those ones, who all of a sudden, excuse me, all of a sudden, devil tried in their lives. Some time ago, I saw a movie with a lady that she'll be the dancer. And as she's been on the way to her dancing school, you know, after begging her husband to drop her with a car at school, he's been busy. He's been busy at home, working from home, you know. And he said, please go on your own because I'm busy now. I'll come later to meet you. She was in a haste, rushing to take a cab. And as she's been crossing the road, this is where enemy tried, devil tried. A car hit her, and that was, in fact, can I say almost the end of her life? No, it did not kill her. It killed her, but it killed her halfway. You know, he broke into pieces her spinal bone, vertebrae, spinal cords. So as the result was this, she was convicted to spend the rest of her life in a wheelchair. She will not be able to walk, stand on her feet again. Isn't it a freak? Who? There was since that very day. When she woke up from coma, she's been saying, you know, the show is off. Uh, the show finished. It's like I have to forget the dance for some time. Dance? Forget about dance. Oh, you know. Here, see if you can be able to be on your feet and you talk about dance. Jesus. Because since that day, there was only one thought in her mind. I wanna die. She was pushing everybody away because she does not want people you know, to waste a life by her side. So finally, she found a way to commit suicide. Isn't it sorrowful? But one day, sometime she said, they say that life is short. For me, not for me, for her. Life is endless. If you spend, in a bed or in a wheelchair the rest of your life, of course. So, of course, life must be endless for you. So, there's no talk about I myself. That happens the right opposite. Life runs fast, you know. It seems like yesterday um, that I've been 35 when I first baptized by Holy Spirit, and you know, there's no word to say. There's no word to say about my excitement after receiving the gift of tongues, after having spoken my first tongues. It's been 10 years. Time flies. So why? Because I enjoy. Because I've been enjoying since all these years, you know, and learning new things, getting every day wiser, and every day upgrading, up, upgrading my life, taking ideas from others. Even first of all, my inner self and my outer self. Hmm. Ooh, it is well. My opinion, the foremost reason, for those people who think like this are people have lost sight of who God made to be and what He designed them, to do. Two, as a result, people are not actively, intentionally, and purposefully pursuing what the Father has planned and desired for them. If you truly want to pursue and reach your full potential, then you must face up two truths. Truth number one: God has placed more within you than will you realize. Excuse me. Truth two: you likely have settled for the life you have now. Hmm. Are you living a settled for life? Hmm. Through the years, I've even met countless of people who are living what they call settled for life. Hmm. Some places along the journey, they became complacent and content in their circumstances. You know, they settled of what they believed was adequate or satisfactory. Ooh, a friend reminded me recently that several decades ago, children in the earliest grades of school were given, one of these mark in their achievement: outstanding, satisfactory, or unsatisfactory. Children frequently compare the result, telling how many O and S they have received from teacher. So they never bragged, of course, why any U. For most children, getting an S for satisfactory, was just a satisfactory. S also might mean settled for. If a student become content for satisfactory efforts, he will rarely apply himself to earn an O for outstanding. Hmm. So the same true in life, you know. A person become content of what is average, minimally accepted, or satisfactory, she would rarely accept the effort or, work towards something truly excellent or outstanding. In the vast majority of cases, the longer a person remains satisfied with the, string of S marks in her life, the more she becomes complacent about life, going through the motion to, excuse me, to achieve, anyway, to achieve satisfactory result, become the norm. Mm. Eventually, the person who has settled for life may actually be threatened by challenges to you know achieve, have, or experience more than what is presently the reality of her life. Ultimately, it turns her back to her future and refuses to hope for more, seek for more, or pursue more. Amen, somebody. So, if it was you today, I encourage you to begin see yourself, the way God sees you. When you look at yourself, through His eyes, you will no longer rest on the satisfactory marks or settle for life. How God sees you? How? You might be asking, well, how does God sees me? Your Heavenly Father sees you through eyes of love and forgiveness. He sees where you are, but more importantly, He sees the person He made you to be. God sees all the awesome potential and possibilities He created for you to fulfill. If you are willing to discover and align yourself with His plans and purpose for you, you know, He would bless you more than you could imagine. God promises to bless you with a life at His best. He sees the restored joy, peace, and senses of accomplishment that He wants in your life. Amen, somebody. In that Psalms 129, it's a wonderful passage that speaks to you about the way, the Father sees you. You know, for you, for you formed inward parts. You covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise you. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Hmm. That's what it's more convenient for most people to think, especially the ones who are thinking good about themselves. So the ones who are that's how they are interpreting arrogancy. Who are wonderful and fearfully made. So, and not arrogancy, pride. Yes, it's a better word. Arrogancy, God does not like it. This is true. I'm talking about pride. You know, you cannot stop being proud. Just say, it doesn't matter. That's what the gospel says. We are wonderful and fearfully made. Hmm. So, anyway, let's not really know what it says because of time. And let's mention few and analyze. You are wonderful and fearfully made. So, as I say, is this statement it convenience most people, especially who they from the character they lack, they only can be proud. So, are wonderful and fearfully made. That's what the gospel says, you know, because in God's eyes, you are like this. So, in Bible, other translation, this verse, from other versions of the Bible, use the word awesomely wonderful. This is what Father says about you. He has made you, in a way that is awesome. So, especially that in that chapter of Genesis, God says again and again that what He made is good. Everything the Creator, made was outside perfect in its form, in its function. It is beautiful, order, and magnificently connected to all the aspects of creation. It worked exactly as it is intended to work. But look, after the fall, you know, both forms and function became rare. warped, excuse me, sleeping tongue, slip of tongues, not a pally, warped. Each of us was born into a sinful world and it was not always beautiful. It does not always work well and harmoniously. Nevertheless, in this vital point, is for you to understand. God said about your creation, it is good. The Father made you, for good purpose. And He made you, for potentially to be perfectly by His Spirit. That means that He desired to engage, in the process of transforming you from inside out, of what you are continuously being molded into the God beloved and Christ honoring, spirit yielded person that can ever be. Two, God knows everything about you. The psalmist wrote, your eyes saw my substance. Your substance is more than your flesh. It is the sum of natural gifts, talents, dreams, personalities, and abilities. Even before you were conceived in your mother's womb, God saw you as a whole and unique person in a vision, so to say. He made you one of a kind, and from the beginning. He saw your ending. Lord has always known what you could be, and because He is the one He created. Third, God is the author and the finisher of your days. That psalmist wrote that the days of your life were fashioned for Him. You too were born, at a particular time, at a particular family, and for particular location. He made your life as a set number of years, in a set environment so that you could be and you could do all that He can created you to be and do. So, the question you must ask, have you ever stopped seriously to ask God about His will? You know, His will, plan, and purpose for your life. Are you fully willing to be available to receive His answers? To receive His promise? Among the questions I ask God, I encourage you to ask the following. You know, what do you want to do in my life? What do you want to do through my life? What do you still desire me to experience? What possibilities lies within me? What potentials lie before me? What could I become? What did you have in mind before you created me? You know. And last and not the least, what do you desire for me? Amen, somebody. Only God can answer that question. You know, you will see the answers by the way. For the vast majority of people, the vast majority of situations and circumstances, He will answer them only when asked. So, thousands of young people this very day are planning their futures. Who? I know them, understand them. I'm not in position to judge the youth today, because I am among them. So, yes, I am among them. It's only the only difference for them is that I carry in my back, you know, the years in double. You see, I am a part of the youth today. It's only I in my back. I carry the double of the years. They might be 20, 25, highest 30. Hmm. And me, I carry times two, 40, 46 years old. But yet, for me, it's not much. For me, it's not much. It depends how one can carry the years in his back. Thank God I feel I can carry even more. So, well, those young people, you know, the job they want, you know, is the what they are planning for. When I was 20 years old, I was what I wanted. I want to be a journalist. When I was teenager, I've been saying I want to be a singer, because I was admiring those rock stars. And I said, I want to be like them. I was admiring them. So I want to be like them. I want in my life, this is where I want to cut off. I was not knowing them deeply. So I could not imagine that they might be living a rough life. Now, the people I would like to look like today, ooh, is those one I see on Facebook. Mainly black people, that I even know them personally, and I even know them deeper. I know them personally, most of them, and I know them deeper. I know the pattern of life they're living. Yes, and many of them, they're not living rough life. They never smoke, on the contrary of the ones I've been admiring in my adolescencehood. Those ones, even, best case scenario, smoking horto, Indian hemp. Smoking horto. So, excuse me, not ordinary cigarettes for them. It's like piece of bread, piece of cake. The ones I admire today, they have. I wonder if once they put cigarette in their mouths. Likewise, me. I can, I can't imagine myself holding cigarette in my hands. And I've never put it in my mouth, and I will never ever. To God be the glory. You know what makes that is thanks to the training and upbringing I took from home. From home, I mean from my family. You see, so those people, you know, I'm talking about the youth. You know, as I said, I wanted to be a journalist, but it was not the will of God. Why they want to travel? I myself, I wanted to travel the world. When I was 20, and I still want to travel the world. It's only today I have been in more places. I have been in some places in Europe. Now I need, until I die, I'll be seeking new experiences, physical ones and spiritual ones. You can't imagine. You don't want to know how much I would like to be, even in South Africa, where people saw angel appearing in the church premises. You know, I you know, I like to be there and experience the same thing. Where else? I like to be somewhere in the world where I can stand up and prophesy. The Spirit of God gives me prophecies. What those ones speaking tongues, or those ones, of course, I can say is sweet, you know. But there are things far sweeter than this also. So that's what I mean when I say I pursue even spiritual experiences. So who, now let's go back to those people. Who of them they want to meet? When I was 15, 20, I was wanting to meet the celebrities I was admiring. So, the experience they want to have. What I've been saying now. The experience they want to have. Haven't I said the experience I want to have? Yes, the spiritual ones, you know, physical ones. Very soon, 2 months' time or more. Hmm. God's willing. I pray to go to UK for a couple of days retreats. So it's a new trend. It's a new fashion trend. Retreats. I never been to something like this. But even the trips for Christian events, it's like a retreat. But I've never been to a real retreat. So, but never too late for everything. There is a first time. But my question for those people is: have you asked God what He has created to you and what you want to be? That's one. I myself, those previous year when I was beating, you know, I was I was ambitious to be something, and I'm still ambitious to be something. You know, this is where in my 20s my personality is formed. That I am ambitious to be somebody, ambitious for a purpose. So I never bother myself, but I bother myself to even God says the same thing I say now. You know, this what I'm saying. I don't say it per, I'm not saying by accident. God led me to say, I want to be somebody. Hey, so have you asked the Lord, people, those people, generally, have you asked the Lord what He has planned and purpose for you? So, but it's not only the young person who needs to ask those questions. So, everyone for the rest of their lives. Me, now that I know God, haven't I asked, what do you want me to be? Somebody, even, who knows, even He also, He agrees with me one thing. He's not destined me, He's not destined me for a boring, tasteless, and ordinary life. But He's not destined me to put me in chaos. So, everyone needs to ask God for this thing, periodically to his life. Yes. And same thing I try to ask, and you people who are watching me do this thing. So the person who has recently lost his spouse, the person who has recently released from job, fired, God forbid, the person who has retired, the person who is about to marry, the person who will soon become a parent, and the last and not the least, I, me, Georgia, the person who sees that better things are yet to come. So, the person who felt convenient of where I am, what I am, and working hard for somebody. I might not have kids, dogs, and cats, to run behind them, but I am rushing to meet up with things and put things through every single day. So it is it is something. The ones who have no purpose, is the one that we is worthy to pray for. God should see them truths. Wow. And now I see that I broke a record of preaching today. So this issue is quite interesting. Hmm. Okay, but I would just can I anyway? Can I leave this thing in the middle and continue it next time, or I should cut it now? Well, I don't. This topic is quite interesting. What do you want me to people to do? Tell me. You want me to stop this issue? This one, or to continue it next week? I am waiting for your opinion of what to do. Okay, you know. But to be honest, I'm telling you, if you want, you can write. Otherwise, only one person will give me the valid answer of the Most High would tell me what would be my next topic. Okay, anyway, take proper care for you people. Now it is ooh, let me see the time. Hmm, 2:30. 2:30 a.m. If I keep preaching this topic, I will finish the daybreak. The rooster, Kekiriko, will be singing. You will hear people. If I keep preaching this one, you will hear from the background the rooster, Kekiriko, singing. So, till next week, people, take proper care, remain in charge. But who cares? Tomorrow is a Saturday. So remain in charge and remain blessed. God bless you.